So I just got home from work. I just got in the door and I saw a package. And I love to get packages, especially when I know that there is something musical in here. That's what I like the most. So I figured, why not, you can look over my shoulder and see what's inside. I haven't opened it yet. It's tightly packed. It comes all the way from the United States. So it's traveled quite a distance. I know who it is from. That's why I know it is music related. And yeah, so I'm really curious. Let's see if we can open it. We can open it. I'm gonna give you guys the first peek. All right, so I have no idea what you're seeing now. I really don't. Not a lot. So let's see if I can take this out. I can't really. I can't. Hang on. We got something. I haven't seen it yet. You see what it is, right? It's a CD, all right? Ah, wow. The fourth album by Ageless. If you have seen the episode of the Prog Corner live stream where I was guesting, I show you the thumbnail right now because at the moment I don't remember what it was called, but the guys from Ageless, they were also part of it, and they were telling something about their album, and I had listened to the album live in the stream and also afterwards, and yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm really happy. Thank you, Elliot and Wayne. Thank you very much for this. But let's see, we got more, and again, you guys get the first pick. Oh, hang on, there's another CD in here. The Power of Three, another Ageless album. Oh wow! Oh, this is pretty. Oh wow, this is amazing. Yeah, I already saw a sneak peek. Oh, I'm just gonna open it up. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Ageless. Yeah, of course, Ageless Cycles. Sorry, Ageless is the band. Wow, that's another one, and we have even more. Oh my God, I'm gonna put this away. The first album. So, wow, thank you, Wayne and Elliot. Thank you so much. I mean, this is like seriously their entire discography. All on CD. Wow, you know what? I'm gonna listen to these albums and I'm gonna come back here to this video that you're watching right now, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about these albums because I'm really curious about this. This one, I heard a bit of it. This one is really awesome. These I haven't heard, so I'm really curious. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Simon from All Sweden.
Hi, I'm Hugh, also from All Sweden. And you're watching LiveProg.
Slowly the hours are ticking away to the end of 2024. And just before the year ends, I want to share with you probably one of my biggest musical discoveries. Hey everyone, welcome to LiveProg. I am Marcel Haster. Yeah, a truly hidden gem, Ageless. Because these guys released 4 albums. And I gotta say, they've been very productive because they released these albums in a span of 4 years. They started working on the first one in 2020. That is, oh, hang on. That is the one you see right here, song by song. And I gotta say, I was listening to this one and it's like, wow, this is really great music. There was one track on it, a truly epic long track. I think it was about 10 minutes or something, but it had so much to offer, so many hooks and changes and things, and I was like, wow, man, this is incredible. And this was their debut album. Their second album, Cycles. And I believe that this is one. I gotta check a little bit. Yeah, this is the one. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll put in a close-up. They had a little help from 2 guest musicians on it, Eric Gillette and Neil Morse. Now, the fact that Neil Morse plays on that second album is not a real surprise because it turns out that there is something called the Radiant School, which is probably an initiative from Neil Morse, the way I think it, because, you know, he also has Radiant Records. And Wayne and Elliot, the 2 guys that form Ageless, they attended that school. Well, then he had a third album, The Power of Three. And what I noticed is that, well, the artwork planets, you see them in it, which is interesting. Well, song by song, you get, of course, a songbook, and then you got that fourth album, and that's the one I want to focus in a little bit more. Look at that beautiful artwork. The artwork is done by Thomas Eberhard, and it's nice to see that. I mean, he's known for all his work on the Inside Out releases, but it's amazing that he's also, well, doing work for an independent band like Ageless, and I was like really curious. I mean, the first time these guys ever showed up on my radar was when they appeared on a live stream at the Prog Corner, where I was a guest as well. That was the first time I ever heard anything of Ageless, the name, the music, anything, and I was like, how come I kind of missed them? Of course, I've been away for the prog world for a couple of years. That might be the reason. But even then, even since I got back, I didn't pick them up until Scott Lade mentioned them. So, and I when I got the albums, and I'm really happy that these guys were so kind to send me all the albums. I was kind of, asked them to get a copy of this one, and they sent me their entire discography, which is awesome because now I had a chance to listen to all that beautiful music. But this one, none of these albums are found to be found on Discogs, well, an app where I keep all my records in. It's not in there. That's kind of amazing. All these albums have been self-released. There's no label in it. What I also noticed is that the side of the CD is just black. There's no text on it, on this one as well. So when I put that in my CD collection, you just see like the first one, I believe, yeah, the first one has it, as you can see. A little bit of a difference here. Yeah, so the first one you see, that's Ageless, and then you got the other ones, and it's like just 3 black lines. But nevertheless, it's about the music, and before I go into the music, a little bit about the two men that make this beautiful music. Wayne Farias and Elliot Rodgers, and they've been working together on music for about nearly 50 years. So yeah, you could say they know each other very well, and that shows when you listen to the albums. It shows that these guys know what they're doing. Wayne Farias is the drummer. Elliot Rodgers does pretty much everything else, I believe. Originally he's the bass player and the singer, but it turns out that they didn't have a guitar player, and so he kind of out of a necessity started to play guitar as well, and I believe he also does some keyboards on it. And when I was listening to the guitar parts on it, I was like, and that same goes for the other 3 albums, of course, I was like, wow. I mean, I'm how do you say that? I'm a layman, but to as purely someone who enjoys listening to music, I gotta say the guitar parts on the albums sound really good. The other thing that I am really happy with is that Wayne is an actual drummer. I mean, often with small independent bands, it's not always the case that they have a real drummer. Sometimes they do programmed drums. Yeah, I'm not big of a fan of that, but here you have the actual drums, and that is a major plus on the album. I really love the drums on it. They bring so much warmth, so much body to the music, which is pretty awesome. It's interesting. There's a side A and a side B, and there's a lot of tracks on it. There's a lot of great songs on it. When you put on the album, you get the 1310 Overture. It's not an instrumental track, by the way. It's just a full song. But then we go in a song that I found very interesting, All Alone. The second track on the album. And when it started out, it had this catchy keyboard intro. It has this really nice bass line. It had a great melody. It's a very accessible song, but when I was listening to it, I was kind of picturing this as a stadium anthem. Seeing the band in a stadium playing that song, it would work. It would really work. But the second half of the song gets a little bit more proggy, with the keys, with the guitars, and that rolling drums. And like I mentioned the drums, they play an important part in this album, and I'm really happy with that because they sound phenomenal. So that first track could be a song that people who are not really into prog, that could get their attention. It's like, hey man, this is interesting, and then slowly you ease them into the more proggy side of the music. The third track, it's funny, there are a couple of songs on it that give me an idea of something else, because we have Radio Waves, and when I hear Radio Waves, I automatically think Radio Chaos by Roger Waters. but it's a completely different song. It's a beautiful song with some really sweet guitars in it, and here we have a guest performance by Mr. Brent Bristow from Emerald City Council doing a great saxophone solo. Again, something that really adds to the music, which is really great. The next one, and I'm not going to do a track by track, but I have a couple of tracks at the first half of the album that I just want to mention. The Stone, when I was listening to that, and that is something I kind of cannot put really into words, but that is a prog song just as I love to hear them. That is, I would almost say, a textbook example of a prog song that I would love. If I would explain someone by example what is a prog song you like, I would play The Stone from Ageless, because yeah, that's a really great song. Then you get the song You'll Forever Be. And again, this is one of the longer songs of the album. It's about 7.5 minutes. It has a really epic intro. That is something like, you get like, wow, this is going to go somewhere really nice. You got these drums, these keyboards in it. It's a kind of reminiscent of Yes, but a more heavier version of Yes, and that's what I definitely love about that song. Alright, the last track I'll mention, because otherwise this is getting out of hand here, Don't Let Go, track number 6. That starts out as a ballad with beautiful piano, a beautiful bass line in, but then the guitars come in and they kind of go full Zeppelin with that, which is really awesome. It's a really fantastic song. Again, after that guitar part, it mellows down a little bit and you get Ageless again, because there are a lot of kind of different influences to be found on this album, to be heard on this album, but it's always ending up with being an Ageless album. You hear the influences, but you also hear that they have their own identity, which is awesome. I mentioned the song titles of it. There's another track on the album called Sounds of Silence, and that's of course, yeah, then brings me back like, hey man, this is a Simon and Garfunkel song or something, but no, it is all Ageless. Yeah, it's wow, what can I say? It's really, truly amazing music. I'm really happy I discovered it. I'm really happy that I have them on physical disc. I mean, the music is on pretty much every streaming platform, so, if you're kind of still on the fence, after my enthusiastic, explanations and stories about this, if you're still on the fence, I would say go and listen. But I'm pretty sure after that you will contact Elliot and make sure you get a copy, at least of this one. But get the entire discography, get all 4 albums. They are really amazing. And I really hope that in 2025, many more people will discover the beautiful music of Ageless, and I kind of hope that some label picks them up and gives them a wider audience, give it give the albums a proper release, and make sure they are available everywhere in the world, because right now you have to contact the band themselves to get a copy of the album. It would be nice to find this album in more places, because this is absolutely music that deserves to be heard. And like I said, this album would have ended up in my top 3 together with My Arrival, and there would be one other album, and what would that be? For now I say Ageless Forever 1310 is a stunning album. It's an amazing band, worth to be discovered. So this is a hidden gem. All of their albums are gems. Get them, enjoy the music, and make this a good start for 2025.